Here are the race leaders, and look at Camish go. Gets a bit of a toe off Ingram, who gets a toe from Sutton to the inside line, goes Sutton to the outside line, goes Ingram. He's done it once here to get the lead. Sutton right on the limit as the car quivers under braking, they clash. Camish is going to go through for the lead. They skip out the chicane, arguably gain an advantage in so doing. Proctor's off the road as well. Ingram comes through in the lead, and that was the last of the late breakers on the outside line. There was really nowhere Ingram could go. This is how Ingram got the lead.
So Sutton doesn't want to let him through. The car is hopping, skipping and bumping, and look, he just wipes Ingram off the road to the outside. I mean, the unfortunate one really, I guess, is Camish, because he should have inherited the lead.
Would he argue that they gained an advantage by being off the track like that? They didn't slow much.
Well, they didn't slow much, and the question is, did they come out further ahead than they went in?
But Tom Ingram is going to come through and score victory, and it will be his first of the year. It will be his 34th in the British Touring Car Championship. Dan Camish ain't that far behind him, but the Team Virtue mechanics have just run across the pit lane ready to cheer their man home. They've got this new debris fencing to climb up as well when he comes out of the chicane, and they can cheer him to the echo. It's been a long time coming, but Tom Ingram's first win of 2025 comes at Thruxton. Round 13 of the Quick Fit British Touring Car Championship from Oulton Park is go! Good getaway by Camish, not a mega start by Chris Smiley, and it's going to be Tom Ingram who leads down towards Old Hall Corner for the first time. Here comes Camish up the inside of Smiley, and he goes through, so Smiley drops to third. It's Sutton fourth, and then as they turn through for the first time, you've got Adam Morgan ahead of Tom Chilton, but a really good getaway by Ingram, and he's already gapped Camish as now Sutton tries to go round the outside of Smiley, and Chris did not get off the line anything like as well as he needed to.
He didn't, and he's been mugged by the two Napa cars at the front. Camish with a good start, and typically Ash Sutton round the outside manoeuvre into Cascades, but Ingram has a little gap already.
This would be Chris Smiley's best finish of the season, but it's going to be a win for Tom Ingram there, who crosses the line. Tom Ingram wins at Oulton Park, a 35th win of his career. Second will be Dan Camish. Chris Smiley takes third, then it's Sutton across the line ahead of Chilton and Morgan and Hill to round out the top seven. Senna Proctor is 8th, 9th is Josh Cook, 10th is James Dorlin. So then, we are good to go. It is round 16 of the Quick Fit British Touring Car Championship, race 1 of 3 at Croft. Tom Ingram lines up on pole position, the lights go out now, and a good getaway is made by Camish. Is it as good as Ingram's? However, the answer is no. He slots in behind. Ingram covers off the inside line. Down towards Clairvaux they go for the first time. It's going to be Ingram who leads the way. Camish slots in second. Doble is third. Up to fourth is Rowbottom, and diving to the inside line. A good start made by Charles Rainford. He's been on his toes, hasn't he? And he's got the BMW up on the inside line. Good getaway by Rainford. Ingram dancing the car through the chicane. Chilton's run out wide, has he? Yes, he skips off the road in the background. There's a BMW in strife. I think that was Rainford too, but it's Ingram leading on that one. So through they turn, and it's going to be Tom Ingram then to take the championship lead, to take the race win. And the Team Virtue Hyundai then now comes out of the hairpin, heading up towards the line. The team gets ready to celebrate. Tom Ingram wins race 1 at Croft. Tom Ingram wins the first race of the day, with Dan Camish second, Senna Proctor third across the line. Then it's Rowbottom, Chilton and De Leon to round out the top 6. And another really impressive drive by Tom Ingram, winning by just over a second. Yeah, so Tom Ingram coming into this with 7 laps worth of boost. Dan Camish with 9, and the leaders absolutely nose to tail. Jake Hill under attack now. Charles Rainford hanging on to third. This is Ingram, big send up the inside heading into Clark's. Jake Hill gives him racing room. He's all up the curb. He's just ahead as they come off the corner, but Ingram now can stand his ground, confident in the knowledge that he has got the inside line down to the hairpin. There's another rub. There's another rub. I'm coming through, says Ingram, and now he stands on the brakes. He's got the line for the hairpin. He's got the lead.
Yeah, some aggressive driving by Ingram in the early laps when he knows he's got a slight advantage over the BMWs, getting their tyres fully into the working temperature, despite the 34-degree track temperature we've got here.
So it is Ingram ahead of a two-wheeling Hill. It's Rainford third, it's Camish fourth, and there's a bit of a gap back to Proctor, Moffat, De Leon, and Sutton is still only 8th, and he's not making the progress he needs to make.
Yeah, that's unusual, especially as he has now got plenty of boost available to him. He's got 11 laps, the maximum's 12, so he's got a lot.
Half a lap to go for Tom Ingram then as he makes the run out of Clark's. The Team Virtue Hyundai, it is heading for Tom's 4th win of the season, for a 37th of his career, and for an increased championship leader. Perhaps that's the most important part of it all for Tom. He comes down to the hairpin, he turns through that tight right, he's on the power, he'll drag the car up the hill towards the timing line. The checkered flag is ready. Race 2 at Knock Hill is won by Tom Ingram. a dominant drive, a dominant win.
Now Camish is moving over. I'm pretty sure I saw in the background Camish moving over. As they cross the line, it is Sutton who takes that second and gets the extra points.
Ready to go racing. Lights are red, lights are out. Round 24 he's going. A good getaway by Ash Sutton. Good start also by Daryl DeLeon as the cars accelerate down towards Redgate for the first time. Josh Cook trying to get up the inside of Aaron Taylor-Smith. Remember, Cook on the quicker tyre, and he does brake as late as he can, and Josh Cook will go second on the inside line. It is Ash Sutton ahead, though, for the race lead, and squeezing his way up into second place goes Cook. Third, it is going to be Taylor-Smith, and Ingram is already up to fourth at the expense of Daryl DeLeon.
Well, Josh Cook was rolling before the lights went out. I don't know if the officials picked it up, but he was definitely moving, and that's helped him get up to second place.
So the cars go up through Schwantz Curve, but we might well have the start under investigation in a moment. We'll see as Ingram is trying to find a way now past Aaron Taylor-Smith. So Cookie up to second, but that might be under investigation. We'll see. Sutton is leading the way, and he's getting a bit of a gap already. Ingram being held up slightly by the Toyotas that, of course, want the best result they can possibly get. They're not in the championship hunt. They just want points. They want a good result. Ingram's on the attack, though, now up against Taylor-Smith as they come on the Starkey straight. And this is the run all the way down to the S's. Ingram to the outside line, and he's got the job done. That's on pure pace, and he's gone by, and the start is under investigation for Josh Cook. A false start is being looked at.
Yeah, unfortunate, because he didn't need to do that. He's got the soft tyre on the medium tyre, the softer of the two compounds available. Didn't need to do that. May have had a clutch problem, I don't know. We heard the bonnet was up on the start line, but looks like it's going to catch him out. But it's no stopping Ingram. Look, he is absolutely charging. But hats off to Ash Sutton. That's a good first lap on the hard tyre. Ingram cuts to the inside.
And Cook tries to defend, but Ingram has got the pace. He's got the run off the corner, then they go toe-to-toe, but Josh Cook on the inside line trying to defend for all he's worth. Locks up, brakes so late, the car squirms, and Ingram's going to get up the inside line. He's all up the curb, two wheels on the dirt even, but Ingram's going to go by, and Taylor-Smith tries to buy into this as well, and he's up the inside of Cook. They almost bang mirrors. Aaron Taylor-Smith goes through, up into third place. Here comes Cook back on the inside. He's got his nose in front, but Taylor-Smith will have the line for the corner. ATS goes third. Great racing. Well, Tom Ingram waiting for the moment to strike. It wasn't at Redgate, it wasn't at the old hairpin. It could come at McLean's, and that's not this corner, but it's the next right-hander. Here comes Ingram. The move is just about started, but again, Sutton covers off the inside line, so Ingram has got to think about doing it at Coppice if he can do it anywhere on this lap. Sutton, oh so defensive, straight away to the middle of the road. Ingram to the outside.
And then he'll cut back again, hoping that Sutton runs wide, but Sutton doesn't. Now he'll hug the left-hand side of the track all the way down to the chicane. This is going to be a big ask, isn't it, for Sutton to maintain this for the rest of the race. And he hasn't got any help from another fast car behind, which could hinder. Oh, a great cut back there from Ingram. He's got a little bit of an overlap. Now we'll have the inside as they come up to the hairpin. Is he going to pull it off this time? He is.
Race leader, Tom Ingram, as they come out of the hairpin, but Sutton straight away is on the attack. He's back up alongside, but that's only going to give him the outside line for Goddard, so Ingram should get the deal done into the corner. Sutton's going to try to stand his ground on the outside and make a move at Redgate, but there's no way he can do that. So Tom Ingram does lead at the end of the lap, but Sutton is still fighting. Great racing between the two, and Sutton's back ahead in a straight line. Now he needs to dive across and cover off the line for the corner. He moves across on Ingram. There's just about room for the Hyundai on the inside. Ingram elbows out up the inside line. He's back into the lead, but Sutton is not giving up. Fantastic stuff. He's down to second place. Ingram leads down through the Craner curves, but do not rule out Ash Sutton having an inspired dive to try to get himself back into the lead before Ingram starts to build a gap.
Well, he had probably only had that chance then into the old hairpin, because I think by the end of the lap Ingram will be gone. But unless the extra boost that Sutton has got is enough to stay on his tail. Remember, he's got 8 laps. Ingram only had 5.
Here are the leaders, though, and Tom Ingram is on target to extend the championship lead yet further, to take a 5th win of the year, a 38th career win. And Tom Ingram wins race 3 at Donington. He rounds out the day in style. Ash Sutton second, Dan Rowbottom third, and the battle for 4th is just going to go the way of Aaron Taylor-Smith ahead of Jake Hill, then Tom Chilton, Gordon Shedden 7th, Dan Lloyd 8th, and to win the independents it's Daryl DeLeon 9th, and then 10th it's Charles Rainford. And this is round 26, and it is go with a good start made by Hill, as you would anticipate in the BMW. He launches up the inside of Dan Lloyd, who can't close the door as they get towards Copse, and Jake Hill's going to lead into the first corner, side by side with the Hyundai on the outside. Dan Lloyd gets run out wide, so does Shedden. Even wider than anybody else there goes Aidan Moffat's BMW, and Jake Hill and Dan Lloyd are still side by side, but the road's going to come to Jake on the inside up towards Beckett's. He will lead, Lloyd second, Shedden third.
Lloyd tried desperately to attack at Hill at the start, but Hill was bound to get to the first corner first.
And Ingram's already up into fourth place. He's made an absolute rocket ship start, look, and Senna Proctor is going to let him go in a straight line. So there is Ingram. I apologise, he's third because he's cleared Shedden as well. So this is the answer to which Ingram is in the car. It's the feisty Tom Ingram. Sutton's up the curve on the inside as well, trying to make progress. But Tom Ingram, certainly he's set for a podium, but a race win is certainly not beyond the realms of possibility. He wants to win this championship in the best possible way. 5 race wins already, and as they come now up towards the end of lap number 1, you're going to have in the race lead Jake Hill, Dan Lloyd behind him, but an absolutely charging Tom Ingram is there. He's the best on the soft tyre, and he's got 11 laps of boost, more than those ahead.
Yeah, but Sutton's doing his very best to stay with him. He's up into 5th himself, just past Proctor on the start-finish line.
So 3 for the lead as they come up towards Beckett's. This is Ingram's view. Dan Lloyd ahead, Jake Hill leading the race, and Ingram works out where he can make that move. In 4th at the end of the lap was Gordon Shedden. It was Senna Proctor 5th, and Ash Sutton in 6th place. So Sutton the best placed of the Napa Racing Fords. Ingram is the best of those for Team Virtue, and he's now taken 2nd place away from the restart Hyundai. Shedden closing up as well to attack, but Ingram having started from 7th on the grid up into 2nd place, and he's not done yet. And Sutton's going to make a move surely by the end of Wellington Straight, but for the race lead, Tom Ingram to the outside line. That's brave at Brooklands. Can he have the inside line for Luffield? No is the answer, because Jake Hill is able to crowd him out. So Tom Ingram serves intent, but just look at the pace of that Hyundai right up behind the BMW, and Ingram has worked his way through from 7th onto the boot lid of the BM.
Well, remember in qualifying, Ingram didn't have any boost. You have 1 second. You can see the light flashing there as he uses it. Now we're seeing just what sort of pace Ingram's got in the Team Virtue Hyundai, because he's got loads of laps of boost, which is 15 seconds each lap, as opposed to 1 that he had in qualifying, and he's got the preferred soft tyre on, so it's almost inevitable that he's going to get this race lead.
And again, he tries that line coming through Beckett's, tighter on the exit. Jake Hill hangs on to it for now. We understand from Louise that it could be a turbo pipe for Dan Camish, but in the lead there are no dramas for Ingram, who just uses the boost to breeze on by Jake Hill. And you can see the effect of the boost there. It didn't look as though he was going to be able to do it, but the extra power of the boost kicks in, and there's nothing Jake Hill can do in a straight line to repel. Well, it's a very quick car anyway. So Ingram is the race leader. And it's a Silverstone hero, John Watson, the 1981 British Grand Prix winner here, who is due to make the reverse grid draw as Tom Ingram makes his way out of Luffield, heading up towards the timing line. He's on the lights. He's going to be on the top step of the podium, more importantly, and he's going to increase the championship lead. It is going to be win number 6 of the season for Tom Ingram, who dominates race 2 at Silverstone. Ash Sutton comes across the line in 2nd place. 3rd goes to Jake Hill, just ahead of Aaron Taylor-Smith, a 10th apart, those two. Charles Rainford 5th, Dan Lloyd is 6th, then it's Gordon Shedden, Aidan Moffat, Josh Cook and Darrell DeLeon to round out the top 10. Lights out, away we go, and a good getaway is made by Charles Rainford in the BMW, and Tom Chilton is away nicely as well, round the outside of Camish as they go towards paddock. Chilton leads, here comes Rainford picking them off on the outside, he clears Camish, he's going to have a run at Chilton up the hill as well in the BMW, as Sutton accelerates up the hill in pursuit of Rowbottom. On the outside line is Rainford for Druids, and it's going to be Chilton has a big slide there, sends Adam Morgan out wide, and he tumbles down the field, having been on the podium in race 1. Jake Hill's made good progress already, but it's Chilton from Rainford as they accelerate onto Cooper Straight for the first time. You've got Camish 3rd, and Ingram's already picking his way through the traffic. He's 4th, he's 3rd, he's nearly 2nd.
Yeah, great starts by Chilton and Rainford round the outside. Camish with that unfavoured pole position starting point wasn't too happy. Contact here. We're on board with Ash Sutton. He's got Camish just in front of him. Camish needs to let him go, really.
He does, and Sutton's gone to the outside line into Hawthorns. He's also got Rowbottom right up behind him. So as Rainford defends from Ingram, Camish needs, as you say, to let Sutton go, and they all concertina into Westfield for the first time. So Ingram is importantly ahead of Sutton, so that's enough to give him the championship. But we've got another 14 and a bit laps to go, so it certainly isn't over. Chilton's getting away up the road, though, and and Rainford is now having to defend from everybody else. This is looking back from Ingram's car, coming through Sterling's. That's Camish behind us.
Well, Camish has got to either attack Ingram or let Sutton through, surely.
Down they come through clearways for the first time. There is Ingram. So Camish awaits the call. Of course, behind Sutton is Rowbottom, and it's Camish versus Rowbottom for third in the championship. So that's another battle to factor in. Rowbottom, though, is under attack from Shedden. Look in the Toyota as they come across the line, and Ingram has a big dive on the inside of Rainford. That's going into paddock. That's for second place, and Ingram goes through. Napa have got to make that switch to give Sutton half a chance now.
Clean as a whistle. That was a lovely pass, a classic dive up the inside, and that's the beauty of the soft tyre. That's why he's chosen the soft tyre for this race, to make sure he can escape the pack and have the pace that he knows he's got in that Hyundai.
So Dan Camish still defending from Ash Sutton. Could Tom Ingram win the championship with a race win? He's behind Tom Chilton. He's closing on Chilton. He's on the quicker tyre. Could it be win number 7 of the season and the title in the one race? We'll find out as things unwind. Now Sutton on the boost. Comes up to have a go at Camish, but he's got to do it on the boost. Camish lets him go. Slots back in behind. So a place gained at the start of the lap for Ingram. A place gained now for Sutton. But the way things are panning out at the moment, I would be surprised if Ingram weren't to win the race here.
Yeah, as it stands at the moment, the championship will, of course, go to... Here comes the change. Up the inside goes Ingram. Chilton's happy to let him go. Ingram also has fastest lap, and will get a point for that, and also a point for leading the race at the end of this lap. So he's got all the cherries lined up to win the championship in this race.
Chilton's work is not done yet, though. He's let Ingram go, yes, but what he could do with now is just dropping back a little bit and holding up Rainford, who in turn will hold up Sutton and let Ingram get away out of range. Ingram
is going to win this championship in fine style with a win, the perfect way to do it in front of the Team Virtue fans and everybody that's worked so hard to put this team together.
It's been a tough season off track for the Ingrams. It's been a brilliant season on track, and Tom Ingram has got Sterling's and then really Clark Curve to go. He is on target for a 7th victory of the season, and more importantly for a 2nd British touring car title. He was twice an independent champion, and he comes out of Clark Curve. For the 2nd time, the Quick Fit British Touring Car Championship is won by Tom Ingram. The checkered flag is waved. Tom Ingram celebrates in style as he comes across the line. He's done it. It'll be all smiles in the car. Spencer Aldridge, his engineer, is all smiles in the garage, and it is a delighted Tom Ingram.
Tom Ingram gives a big lock-up as he goes across the line in celebration. Respect from Ash Sutton, his big rival. Lovely to see that. The two of them, big rivals on the track, respecters off it. But only one man could win, and it's going to be, it is Tom Ingram, who has driven splendidly all year.
Let's see whether we can interrupt the emotion. Tom Ingram, British Touring Car Champion. Well done, Tom. It's the obvious question, but how does that one feel?
Oh, mate. Oh, my gosh. That is an absolutely amazing feeling.
And a champion's drive, Tom, to win the title and win the race. I mean, it doesn't get much better, does it?
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. As... I cannot put into words just how special this feeling is after everything that's gone on. Team Virtue, what have we done? Come on!
Tom, well done. Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Tom Ingram, British Touring Car Champion. He'll compose himself, he'll make sentences for Louise in due course, but Tim, you've been there, you understand how much this means.
Yeah, it's huge, and every time we have a winner every year, it chokes me up because I know how much goes into it. I'm so pleased for him. It has been a tough, emotional year. It's hard enough trying to win a championship, but when there are things going on personally in your life, it's even harder, and no wonder he's hugely emotional. But what a fantastic drive. You know, he's been in the top 3 of the championship 6 of the last 7 years. And everyone felt like, you know, when was this 2nd championship coming? It's long overdue, and I'm so glad he's got it. He's been absolutely the most deserving driver to win it this year.
Absolutely right, and he's been so composed all weekend.
but there the emotion spills over. You've seen in the pit lane, Laura Drysdale, Tom's long-standing girlfriend, who worked so hard behind the scenes to help Tom find the money, find the sponsorship to go racing. She's been a big part of this story as well, from Tom coming into the championship to now being a double British Touring Car champion. And Spencer Aldridge, his engineer, they were together at Speedworks, they've been together at Team Virtue, and so much of it is done on the track by this man, but so much of it is done off track by Spencer.
Definitely, you win as a team. They've been together a long time, they know each other, understand each other. We said at the top of the programme how important that relationship is, with its whether it's with him and Spencer, Spenny, or whether it's with Tony Carosa and Ash Sutton. It's such an important part of racing.
The 2025 Quick Fit British Touring Car champion is Tom Ingram.
A huge cheer and a huge smile for Tom Ingram, who first came into this paddock as a Ginetta Junior racer. He made his British Touring Car Championship debut in 2014, and it is going to be Jake Hill as last year's champion who is going to hand over the trophy. From one champion to another. They've raced together since Ginetta Junior days. They've raced together in touring cars. Tom Ingram is now a double champion. He has now taken 39 race wins in total. 6 victories were the aim this year. He's bettered that with 7. He's the Goodyear Wingfoot Award winner, and the 2022 champion is now the 2025 champion. His father Bruce applauds. It's been a tough season for the Ingram family, but it rounds out with Tom Ingram as British Touring Car champion.
Well, what a celebration. The scenes here are incredible, an emotional one as well. But Tom Ingram lifts the silverware. Do join us after the break as we will be speaking to our 2025 British Touring Car champion. Well, hello, welcome back. You join us with our 2025 British Touring Car champion, Tom Ingram. And he is holding a rather beautiful trophy. Your name's already in there once. It gets to go in there again. Congratulations, Tom.
Thank you, Nikki. Thank you so much, and thank you so much. The support that I've had coming into this weekend has been nothing short of incredible, honestly, from the messages from Monday through from Instagram and all the social media, even emails, posts. The carrier pigeon was busy. It's been, it's been absolutely amazing to witness, and to be part of it has been honestly just superb.
How does it compare to your win in 2022?
It feels better, if I'm honest. It feels because after a couple of years of missing out on, you know, we won it in 2022, we came back in 2023, and Ash had that incredibly dominant year. So it's really difficult to try and bounce back. So to have overturned the sort of the advantage that Napa had in 23, and then to go again in 24, and then only expand on that in 2025. We've seen over the years that a beaten car and beaten teams and drivers tend to come back faster and hungrier than they have before. We were testing 2 weeks after the last round of last season. We left absolutely nothing unturned. So it's been emotionally everything we've got. It's physically everything we've got. It's probably more than we could ever afford to do as well. But we've had an absolutely fantastic time, and honestly, I've had the biggest smile on my face all of this year. I've just had such a fantastic time. That you're with your mates as well, and that's the lovely thing.
Tom, you know, it was clear the work started very early for this year, and it'll start again tomorrow for next year, yeah. I know. Yeah. But the release of emotion on your face in the car, you hold it all in, don't you, during the year? You hold it all in. You try and give off the image of cool, calm and collected, but I know what it's like to get it across the line, and that was very clear to see and special this year.
I've tried to work on my poker face, but maybe it's not quite as good as I thought it was. Yeah, this weekend's been really tough. Obviously, emotionally, it's been a tough one. But it's been really difficult. It's the first time I've come into this final round of the season in the lead. So it's been a lot of pressure on me from that side, because everyone's sort of going, oh, don't mess it up. So it's almost that classic thing of rather than being the other way and being the sort of the hunter, you're the hunted. So every single time you look at it, going, can't make a mistake here. If you lock up into paddock on a qualifying lap, it's all over. So there's so much pressure, there really, really is. But honestly, it's just that the amount of hard work, and I really, really can't stress how much has gone into it. We've left nothing on the table. It's going to take us a little while to get over this, I think.
I know Jade and Paul just want to say well done.
Yeah, I just want to ask, you've won it previously. You say that you've worked really hard as a team to put everything into it. Have you had to look into yourself to make sure you're doing the best you physically can as well?
Yeah, exactly that. As we all know here, this championship's so tough, and I think sometimes we all look at we all think as drivers we're great, don't we? It's always the car's fault. It's always an excuse. So I've made sure I've got everything ticked off from a driver's perspective as well. Matt, who's my data engineer, Spencer, the whole car crew have worked so hard to make sure that side of things is right. But the work that goes in from the driver side of it as well, we all look at it as to say, what can we find as a driver? I remember back to Oulton Park, Matt and I, my data engineer Matt and I, we were trying to brake 30 centimetres later. We're trying to go into such minute details to try and find every little advantage we can. And it's just worked. It's very, very rare. As a driver, I think we can all relate. You have these lifetime moments that it's very rare that you ever get the car working at the same time as the engine, the chassis, the team, the drivers working. Everything comes together. It really feels like a once in a lifetime moment where literally everything has clicked and everything has just worked at the same time. Such a phenomenal experience, and that is full credit to everyone at Team Virtue. That's full credit to everybody, because it's been honestly just superb.
How important have your teammates been, mate? Because some weekends they have been proper stepping up.
Yeah, I think you're right, and you know what? I think that's something that I've maybe not had that over the years. And that's no disrespect to teammates I've had before. It's just we've maybe not quite had the car working together, and it's been the first time that I've been able to have the support from teammates. And honestly, that has been such a difference, such a difference. But as you'll have come in, you'll all have seen us at various stages over the season. We've laughed more this year, mostly at Tom Chilton. But we have just laughed all year round. We've just had a smile on our face, and we have, as a team, we've just had the best time, because you're with your mates. As I said before, you're just playing racing cars with your best mates. It's such a cool experience.
You really are living the dream and properly on cloud nine. So well deserved, Tom. We are going to send you on your way. We know we've got a team that are desperate to see you and enjoy some celebrations with you. So thank you so much for a great season of racing. We've loved watching every minute. Congratulations on 2025 Touring Car Champ, Tom Ingram. I mean, wow. Just very, very quickly, best moment of the season, what's it going to be?
I think the lovely thing for me was 12 different winners, but 4 brand new winners, because that's a special thing in the history books.
Jade?
I think for me as well, I know how much this championship will mean to Tom after the last few years he's had, so he's stand out for me. But in this moment in time, my favourite thing is that Louise, who hates football, is getting chanted at with football chants directly behind her, so I'm quite enjoying watching her hate this moment. Quickly.
I'm with Jade. I've loved it all year. No massive highlights, but just great. Listen to this crowd. This is brilliant. The fans have been amazing. It's going to be great.